Denny Clothing Co., your local workwear and uniform stockist.
Part of the Ace Radio Network. 88.5, 103.9, 102.5 Edge FM.
24 degrees in Melbourne, a shower or two tomorrow, a top of 16. It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Tony Tardio. The state government has ruled out building a second safe injecting room anywhere else in Victoria after dumping the plan for a facility in the CBD. Stephanie Wacklewick at State Parliament.
Premier Jacinta Allen says the government didn't want to waste more time trying to find a site that would meet the needs of both drug users and the broader community, and says injecting rooms are no longer on the agenda.
This now puts a line under a second injecting facility here in Victoria.
After almost 4 years of work by former top cop Ken Lay, the government has rejected his recommendation for a second injecting room in the CBD. Instead, a community health hub will open in the old Uralla building on Flinders Street as part of a $95 million statewide action plan. Due to open in 2026, it'll house Victoria's first hydromorphone treatment trial for heroin users who've been resistant to treatment. There'll also be a statewide trial of vending machines for naloxone, an overdose reversal medicine. Opposition leader John Basuto says while it's the right decision, it appears to be a panicked one.
Today's backflip is an example of how dysfunctional this Victorian Labor government has become.
At State Parliament, Stephanie Wacklewick, 9 News.
It's been revealed 5 Victorian children, including 2 newborn babies, died from malnutrition and neglect during the pandemic. The deaths occurred between September 2020 and January 2022. At least one more child known to Child Protection has died in similar circumstances. Principal Commissioner for Children and Young People, Liana Buchanan, says the deaths are shocking and should not have happened.
It was clear that during the pandemic, when children and families were not being seen directly by services, that this would increase risks for some children. And unfortunately, this data suggests that indeed those risks were very real.
A 19-year-old Kings Park man has been charged with intentionally causing injury, affray and weapons offences after an alleged stabbing at High Point Shopping Centre. 2 men were involved in a fight inside a restaurant at the centre on Sunday afternoon. 19-year-old Deanside man taken to hospital with suspected stab wounds remains in a serious condition. Rugby league legend Wally Lewis has called for more federal funding to go towards dementia and brain injury research after revealing the stark realities of living with a debilitating brain disorder. CTE affects brain function over time and can result in changes in mood, personality, behaviour and cognitive function. Lewis has addressed the National Press Club in Canberra saying more education is needed.
One of the guys said, can we go over and do the tackling bags? We want to knock them over and see who is the most physical tackler. And I said, well, if you don't mind, what the number one priority has to be, just putting your head in the right place.
The Prime Minister will spend his first night on the Kokoda track camping in the small village of Duniki in a remote part of Papua New Guinea. Anthony Albanese is walking part of the track following the footsteps of Australian soldiers during World War II. He's travelling with his PNG counterpart and ADF personnel. Finance news, the share market up 28 points, the dollar by 64.55 US cents.
Echuca Auto Group, the home of Kia and Cherry, Northern Highway Echuca.
Stars Toby Green and Jesse Hogan are preparing to face the tribunal tonight to try to overturn their suspensions in order to free them to play on Thursday night against Brisbane. Lions coach Chris Fagan says regardless of the verdict, they're planning to face GWS as the same with or without Hogan and Green.
We've got a plan for the fact that if they don't play, that they'll replace them with like players. I mean, they're both deep forwards and it won't change their system. They'll still play the same way, I would have thought. And their system is what's made them a really powerful team. It doesn't really affect us too much, I don't think, in terms of our planning.
Paddy Dow is in line to play his first game for St Kilda on Friday night against Port Adelaide after overcoming an ACL scare during pre-season training. It's 4:05. That's the latest in news and sport.
The Lions Club of Deniliquin monthly market is held the fourth Saturday of every month. Find out how you can help or join the club by speaking to a Lions Club member today.
Advertise with the local station that gets you results. That's us. Call today on 5881 1811 and get your business on the radio.
Hey, you better get to Rob's retirement sale at Denny Better Home Living. It's your last chance. After 29 years, Rob's got heaps of better bargains and it all ends Saturday. Rob's retiring, so get him before he's gone. Better get to Denny Better Home Living now. George Street, Deniliquin.
102.5 Edge FM, your official emergency broadcaster. Edge FM weather.
Moama Anglican Grammar. Take the leap and enrol your child today. Imagine the possibilities.
Your 4-day forecast across northern Victoria and southern Riverina. We're in for a mostly sunny afternoon, winds north to northwesterly, 20 to 30 k's, becoming light in the evening. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, cooling down, heading for a top of 20 degrees. Partly cloudy on Anzac Day Thursday and a top of 20 degrees. And to Friday, mostly sunny and a top of 21.
The Big Mac is the original mouthful, a one-of-a-kind flavour that now comes in 3 sizes.
Currently, it's 26.